Hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Hey, hey, say hi as you're hopping on so I know you're here. I'm going to give it just a minute for the notifications to go out. Hey, Dina, how are you? Um, that's amazing. It's just really fascinating to me right now, like how much I'm being blocked in all the places, even in my own groups. Say hi as you're hopping on. Just did an epic live stream with Michelle Patrick, Frequency of Immortality, talking about the metal element. And I wanted to hop on in this group really fast and chat about something so exciting that I can't even stand it, really. Say hi if you're hopping on. Hey, Victoria. I'm just putting a note in my Telegram channel. Okay. All right. So, I wanted to hop on because there's some really exciting news and things happening in the Leah Steel brand that I wanted to share. And, you know, one of the things that has been happening for me over the last several months is that I've really been reevaluating the work that I do inside the Leah Steel brand. And really evaluating, you know, what is it that I actually really desire to do, and where is it that I want to be spending my time, and how do I want to be serving. And I am absolutely like in love with the teaching work that I'm doing with my apprentices and my practitioners. And it's just really exciting because it gives me an opportunity to, um, you know, not only do the work that I'm doing in the world, but share it with other people and then enable them to do the work. Um, and that's how, you know, I reach, you know, one to masses instead of one to few or one to many. And that's the thing that I'm really interested in doing right now. And, you know, one of the things that I have been observing over the last several years is this concept of mindset your way to millions. And, you know, I know a lot of money coaches out there that this works for. You know, they sell a lot of this. They sell a lot of, you know, all you need to do is affirm your way wealthy, or, you know, um, you know, mindset your way to millions. And it, to me, it's a very, very irresponsible position to take, because it takes more than that. It takes more than simply shifting your mindset. It takes more than, just changing your mind. It takes more than just positivity and affirmations. Because the truth of the matter is that so many of us are carrying generations of ancestral baggage when it comes to money, wealth, and abundance. And then, most importantly, worthiness and deserving. We just don't feel worthy. We just don't feel deserving. And that's because we've been programmed and conditioned to not feel worthy and to not feel deserving. So not only are we carrying our own stuff, but we're carrying the stuff of, our ancestral lineages. And it makes it rough. It makes it really hard to, create the life that you deeply desire, and to set goals and objectives that you can actually bring to fruition, because constantly we have programming and conditioning and parts of ourselves that are sabotaging ourselves. And that's just the reality of the life that we live. The cards that humanity has been dealt at this juncture, I think, in the history or the evolution of humanity. The process that I have created, the Philosopher's Stone, which is part of my emotional resonance clearing modality that I co-created with the beautiful, incredible Michelle Patrick. That process, the Philosopher's Stone, is a deeply, deeply transformative process that considers you as an elemental being and looks at each of the 5 elements and the 5 primary questions associated with each of those elements, and brings you into balance elementally. Holistically, elementally brings you into balance. This process, the Philosopher's Stone, we've now taken, I don't even know how many people through at this point. Maybe about 100 people have been through the Philosopher's Stone at this point. And the work is just mind-blowing. And this is the work that my practitioners are learning to do, and they're going out into the world and they're doing, which is great. And I'm, super proud of all of them. And we're getting ready to take our 5th group of practitioners through in June. So if you've been waiting to know when the next practitioner group is, and you wanted to learn ERC, you wanted to become a practitioner, now's the time, because that group is filling up. It's over half full now. So June, we have our next round of practitioners. If you want to know about that, just send me a private message. But it's not what I'm here to talk about tonight. So we've been doing this incredible process, the Philosopher's Stone, and we've been taking people through, and it's been changing their whole entire lives, because we really are looking at the person holistically as a whole person. Hey, Claire. And so a few months ago, actually, Claire and Laura, Claire McCullough, who just said hi on the live stream, and Laura Johnson, who are 2 of my wealth alchemy practitioners, are also emotional resonance clearing practitioners, said that they wanted to take themselves through the Philosopher's Stone with a money, wealth, and abundance focus. And I was like, yep, that sounds like a great idea. Go ahead and do it. And they both started doing it and started having crazy upgrades, up levels, smashing through goals, tripling income, all kinds of crazy stuff happening. And so then I was like, okay, there's something here. We really need to look at this. And I kind of had always planned on creating versions of the Philosopher's Stone. And so over the last couple of months, I've been sitting with this. And in the last month, I have actually redesigned the Philosopher's Stone to be specific to money, wealth, and abundance. And we have created a journey called Alchemical Wealth. And it's a journey through the Philosopher's Stone, focusing in those areas. So one of the things that I do when I launch these processes into the world is that I do case studies, because I feel like it's really, really important to, be in a state of observation and take a group of people through, so that we can really evaluate and learn how to best support people as they're going through the process. So I'm so excited about this work that this is actually, and it's been a long time since I've been like, oh, I'm really excited about one-on-one work and doing one-on-one work with people. This is something that I'm going to be offering to people in my own personal practice, this alchemical wealth journey. And I'm going to eventually be taking people through one-on-one through this process for $11,000. And I'm really excited about the transformation it's going to create, but we have a really special opportunity right now, because I'm really wanting to do this case study, group of people, so that you have an opportunity right now to go through Alchemical Wealth with me in a group container that will be co-facilitated by Claire and Laura. And so go through this process, experience this radically transformative process for $2,222. And no, that's not an error or a mistake. It's $2,222. There's payment plans available. But you would be coming through as a case study participant. So what that means is that you would have to be actively engaged. You would have to be answering surveys after you went through each element. It'll be a 14-week process, and we will be doing an element every other week. And as we're doing that element, we will provide a teaching session on the element and what you can expect when you go through the clear. Then we'll have a group clearing session, and we'll have a group call. So for each element, we will have those, each of those sessions. And then you'll answer a survey after you go through, so you can tell us kind of how you're doing, and we will require some journaling and some submission of journaling, and then a testimonial at the end. The spots in this are extremely limited, because it is really intensive work with us, and you're going to be getting a lot of individualized attention inside this container. So if you want to be on the cutting edge pioneer, part of the pioneer group of launching this thing into the world, I would love to have you. As you know, I was a spiral practitioner. I was an advanced spiral practitioner. I've taken people through lots and lots of transformational processes. I've never seen or experienced anything personally or with my clients like I have with the Philosopher's Stone. And I know that this is just going to be so next level. So while you cannot mindset your way to millions, what we have seen so far with this is a massive, massive financial up-leveling of the people that are going through it. And it is simply because we are stripping away the issues around worthiness and deserving and all of that old baggage. So while you can't mindset your way to millions, I really, really, truly, truly believe that you can emotionally clear your way to millions. And that's what this program is about. So I'm going to drop you guys the link. If you're interested in it, if you want more information, then you can certainly reach out to me. I'm happy to answer any questions that you may have. I thought I was going to be able to pull. Where is the link? Claire, are you still watching? And do you have the link? I put it in my notes and then it's not pulling up. Hold on, maybe I can launch pad and open Telegram. There's the link. So if you want more information, check that out. And then you can also private message me if you know you want in. We're beginning on May 5th. So spots are limited, and they're going to fill up quickly. This is my first official announcement about this. And I wanted to put it here in this Wealth Alchemy group because obviously this is captive audience, and I know those of you are super interested in that. Victoria says, question, if you're feeling sort of stuck in life or just not Sure. How to grow in a new chapter of your life. Will the training help with that? So one of the things that's really incredible about the Philosopher's Stone is it literally looks at all areas of your life. It looks at all areas of your life. It looks at you as a holistic being, and it looks at you as an elemental being. So yes, it is going to look at anywhere where you're stuck and stagnant, and it's going to clear the lifelong patterns and emotional pathology that are keeping you stuck or stagnant in that place. So that's one of the really beautiful things about Philosopher's Stone, is that it actually propels you forward in all areas of your life. And we go through a process where we take you around what we call the Sheng cycle, which is through a journey through all of the elements. So we start with knowing ourselves, like with the fire element and knowing ourselves. And then we move into the earth element, which is cultivating our true path. And then we move into metal element, which is like our intuition and animal instinct and appreciating and staying in the preciousness of the moment and learning how to let go of things that need to be let go of. And then we move into the water element, which is like the return to origin and our power, will, and our wisdom. And then we move into the wood element, which is knowing our true path. And so, yeah, it alchemizes you as a whole being. And so, not only are we doing that with this process, but we are diving deeply into any patterns that are keeping you stuck and stagnant when it comes to financial wealth and abundance, but also wealth and abundance in all areas of your life, not just financial. Hopefully that answers the question. Any more questions, shoot me a PM. I'm happy to answer them. But again, these spots are going to fill up quickly. So do the thing. If you're feeling called, take the leap. You will not be sorry that you did. Have an amazing rest of your day, morning, evening, wherever you are in the world. As you are watching this live stream or you are catching the replay, remember, it is your divine birthright to be wealthy in all areas of your life. And you are so worthy and you are so deserving. Mwah. Love you guys.